Can you hear me? Oh, boy. This has been, what, almost 25 years in the making, Judy? Being father of the bride has been something I've been looking forward to for a long time. Even when Caitlin was put in my arms in the hospital, it was like, okay, cool. This is being father of the bride is going to be an eventuality. It says that it's been said that little girls will start planning their weddings at about age 3. Caitlin was no different. She started out playing dress up in her little feather boas and the little plastic slippers and acting out everything. As she got older, she did a little less dress up and more doll play. And it's mainly with Barbie dolls. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of ladies in the room that had Barbies at one time or another. Yeah? Well, Caitlin, let me stop here for a second. I don't know if, little context here is that Caitlin's Ken dolls, the boy dolls, were all headless. Yeah, I don't know if it's a manufacturing defect or an episode of Dexter. One of the two. Alex, I hope you sleep with one eye open. Anyway, she would play out this dramatic wedding scene with her Barbie and her headless Ken. And it was the dramatic kiss, the magical getaway to the Barbie Jeep. And one time I made this, I guess you could say a mistake, that I asked her one time, I said, I noticed, Caitlin, that every time you do this, you always have Ken in the passenger seat and Barbie's always driving. And so this little girl with the little pigtails and the little corduroy skirt that she used to wear around all the time, she comes bounding up to me and says, "Look at me. Ken has no head." But I want to just take a second here. I want to talk to the gentlemen that are in the room that have young daughters or may have young daughters at one time. And like I said, I have looked forward to being the father of the bride. This is something I have been looking forward to. So I want to give a little bit of unsolicited fatherly advice. You see, little girls, when they're doing the marriage thing, or they're doing the interacting the wedding, they're not planning the wedding. What they're doing is they're actually planning who they want to marry, if that makes any sense. You see, they're looking at the things that are important to them. And gentlemen, what they're doing is that they're looking at qualities that they want in a future husband. And this is where the fatherly advice comes in and says, gentlemen, you have an opportunity to change their future. And it's not with an iron fist. It's a bunch of small little nudges along the way. First of all, pay attention to the play, because they're going to tell you what they admire about you. Second of all, include them in your work life. They need to know that what you do for the family is important. Because I remember Caitlin used to go with me. I'm a computer technician. Not a real glamorous job, but Caitlin would go with me on sales calls. And she loved being the computer guy's daughter, because she was like a big girl for me. But she saw what was important. Third, and most importantly, is be present. Especially during those high school years. Even though they say that they don't want you around, they do. And lastly, let her make mistakes. Even though it feels good to say, "I told you so." And Caitlin's over smirking. "I told you so." You gotta let them figure it out that even though you could have said, "I told you so," but it's the pain they figured they will come back and trust you more later. Okay, enough of that. Alex, I'm sorry to say, but no return policy. So I wrote down some things here that you can probably use going forward. It says, one, she can be stubborn. Okay, I'm just going to tell you now, she can be stubborn. and she comes by honestly by her mother. She can be hot-tempered, especially if she's hungry. Yep, that's it. Give her a snack, give it about 15 minutes, she'll be fine. She should always be right. Of course, all husbands have figured this out with the two magic words. Yes, dear. That comes naturally. She likes to think she's mighty, but in reality she's a pushover. Unless her back is against the wall and she perceives a threat. Then she becomes a wildcat. She's tender. Don't let the tough attitude fool you. Beneath that bravado is one of the most kind and caring individuals you'll ever meet. Of course, you already know that. Someone will tell you that new. She loves adventure. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that this child of mine would ever want to go hunting. She doesn't be quiet. Celebrate her accomplishments. She suffers from crippling self-doubt. Take the time to celebrate her victories. She needs to be encouraged frequently. It didn't matter if she was trying out for the high school color guard, which probably isn't given. If you try out, you get it. Or if you're trying to get the job where she's a shoe-in, she needs to be encouraged. This is the last page. I parented everything on 24 font so I can actually read it. So it seems like it's a lot of pages. It's not. And I'll finish the speech here. Caitlin, you found your true match. I've always said that you're not allowed to date until you're married, and I get to pick the boy. You did well, and I'm proud of you. You guys are setting out on the biggest adventure of your life. Enjoy it. It goes by so fast. Caitlin, I love you. I always have and always will. I'm proud of you. I always have and always will be. I know you guys will prevail. And just know that this is just the beginning for you guys. Enjoy this adventure. I want everybody to get a glass and raise and salute Caitlin and Alex.